power lines come down and things like that. So don't even try to go out and try to see if there's something going on here. Let us do this work. Let us see what the radar is showing, and stay safe and stay indoors until the danger passes. But that tornado warning will continue until 10:15, and it is 10 o'clock right now. And those of you that are just now turning on your TV, maybe to watch the news and to see what's going on, this is live coverage of your weather at WNKY Bowling Green. I'm Chris Allen, along with Darius Mack and Micah Henson. We've been tracking severe weather all evening, but here in the last few minutes, we've had a brand new tornado warning issued until 10:15. It does take in much of Warren County, parts of Logan County, parts of southern Butler County, and as this possible tornado on the leading edge of this red shaded area, and there you see on the velocities, we see the little kink that's going on there, another one that's going on there, just as it moves out of Logan County, just north of South Union, Rockfield, and Auburn. That is a suspect area that the Weather Service and us, as we've been watching this track off to the east at 65 miles per hour, it has looked a little suspect that there could be a brief spin-up of a tornado, and therefore the tornado warning that is now in effect. Micah, are you getting any kind of word from the Weather Service or anybody else out there that has seen anything?
Not that I see. There's only the wind reports, and none of them are exceeding the amount that we are talking about, which is that 60 mile per hour wind gust. But we have seen over towards Todd County, towards Christian County, towards Logan County. Those areas have all sustained above 40 mile per hour winds here and there on the mesonettes as we've gone throughout these last 15 to 20 minutes.
Yeah, Darius, you may want to check mesonet.
Okay.
And just to see, I'm just curious as to what some of the wind speeds are looking at. There was a really good lightning strike there. That's from Reservoir Hill. Okay, wind gusts, okay, they're not as bad as what we were maybe they would be. But again, it just depends on where the strongest winds are hitting those individual sensors. Remember, the sensors are only, yay big, out in a field somewhere, and they're taking, the anemometers are taking the wind readings. And now I'm hearing, is that rain or wind?
Might have been both.
Might have been both here at the studios downtown in Bowling Green. So some of this leading edge of the winds are starting to punch in now. But some of the strongest winds may not be hitting those individual sensors on the Kentucky Mesonet network, but I can tell you just from what the radar is seeing and from reports that we have had back to the west, there have been wind gusts over 60 miles per hour, and in some cases up to 70. That's going to do a number on tree limbs and anything you have outdoors that could be a loose object, and maybe put out, knock off some power across the area. But this is moving at 65 miles per hour. It is now approaching Blue Level and Crestmore, Delafield, in downtown Bowling Green, the Greenwood community, and then of course it is now north of Rockfield and Auburn and moving out of Logan County into western Warren County. And that is why we're keeping an eye on this, because it is a tornado warning as issued by the National Weather Service, and it could be extended. If this thing holds together, it could be extended further east into eastern, central, and eastern Warren County. Right here, it could go east of Plum Springs, up I-65, and out 6880 and 31W, and even part of 165 to the north. If it continues as it shows here, it's moving east, but a little bit northeast as well at that pace, 65 miles per hour. Still seeing a lot of lightning back there. In fact, total strikes just within that area Well, it was 11. It just went down to 8. But it is moving at that speed. And so the concern is here, it's going to be right upon us here in just a little bit. So you need to be seeking shelter. And you need to be doing that right now if you live in Bowling Green and Warren County. I did get a report from our news director, Atlee, who said the power has remained on in Russellville.
Okay.
So that's good. And then it looks like there may be some minor wind damage out there in Logan County that could be because of, the strong winds. But we're just going to, we've got news folks that are maybe verify those reports and see if anything else has popped up.
So we're still following this tornado warning that is out for portions of Logan and Warren County, and as well as for northern Simpson and southern Butler counties. But I will say where we are seeing the strongest of the storm is now entered into western Warren County at this time. So that is just northeast of South Union, and then also just moving into western Warren County near the Rockfield area. Looking at blue level right now, you guys are getting some hard-hitting rain, and they're actually picking that up here at the station.
Yeah, I can hear that.
So we are getting in with that rain.
Let's take a look
right now.
outside if we can. Look at Reservoir Hill or maybe Fountain Square. Yeah, you can see the raindrops. There's pretty good lightning that's going on there. That's the direction everything is coming from, the west southwest right into the city of Bowling Green. And so that's everything. That's why you're hearing that on the rooftop here at our studios, which is 10th and Chestnut, downtown Bowling Green. We are right down, just right over here is where the station is located. That, of course, the hill at Western at Cherry Hall. So the raindrops and the wind, it's really starting to ramp up now in the city of Bowling Green.
Yeah, really starting to hear that pick up at this time as you're taking that live look from our AAA Systems live cam. Again, located at Reservoir Hill as we're looking towards the west this hour. So you see the campus of Western there. We're going to position it a little bit over towards, say, the south and west, or I believe that is actually towards the...
That's toward the west.
Towards the west, okay. So we're positioned more so towards the west. That's the general direction where this storm is coming in from. So we really see the rain picking up. You can actually see that distortion on the camera lens with those raindrops that are there. And of course the frequent lightning that we are getting in at this time. So
yeah, this is why we say stay indoors. Hopefully you're not driving out and about the area right now with this coming in. But if you need verification, here we go. This is all just very heavy rain and very gusty winds. In fact, the worst of the winds are coming right through, according to radar, are coming right through Bowling Green right now. And you can, let's do velocity. Here's Bowling Green. And as you can see, that's the worst of the winds are coming through right now. So you're going to hear it. You're going to hear it blowing very hard where you live. And then, of course, it's blowing the rain, too. So that is, in addition, going to make more noise. And now I'm hearing the worst of the winds right now. Above us, 63 mile per hour winds estimated. So, yeah, it's rough.
So curious to see if there will be any power outages with this storm. Of course, it still is showing it's a healthy gust front with it. I mean, I can draw this out for you. You can actually see that extending right on top of downtown Bowling Green. And this is all continuing to push towards the east. And we can actually move this for you just to show you as that gust front is approaching the area. So right now on top of downtown Bowling Green, you're getting in with some very heavy rain and wind gusts in excess of 60 miles per hour is what radar is estimating as this line is moving in. And we can actually go back to the Reservoir Hill cameras were watching that rain really fill up our skies this time. So you really see the reduced visibility, you see the lightning out there,
Mm-hmm.
and just the intensity of this rainfall as it's moving in with those gusty winds.
Yeah, that's what this is the thing you don't want to be out in. Visibility is going to be near zero. Wind-driven rain. Winds blowing 60 miles per hour plus. You've got lots of lightning, and maybe even an embedded tornado, but we're not sure about that. There's been no verification of that, just radar suspicion that there is a tornado. But mainly what we are seeing is just gusty winds and very blinding rainfall. You can't even hardly see the Bowling Green Towers.
Yeah, you can see that, minutes ago you could see that, but just to show you just how quickly things have changed as this storm moved in. I mean, a whole lot of rain with this, and of course wind-driven rain is what's moving in so far. And so that's what we are seeing right now from the Reservoir Hill AAA Systems live cam at this time. And then you see more of those lightning strikes. So still an intense storm as it's moving in, as we still have at least a few more minutes until this tornado warning expires. It looks like about 4 minutes. It's now 10:11. So
Yeah.
so we are, of course, closely watching this storm. We've been closely watching this. If you joined us on Facebook with the broadcast, we've been closely following this storm and watched as it evolved as it's progressed eastward. This is the same storm that's had a history of producing 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts as far back in western Kentucky. And right now, we, according to radar estimates, still getting winds in excess of 60 miles an hour as this storm is crossing into our area.
The good news out of this, and I know it's making a lot of noise right now, and it has a lot of you that suffer from weather anxiety. And as I've openly talked about many times before, I dealt with the very same thing when I was a kid. And it was one of the reasons why I got into weather and studied weather and now doing weather. But those of you that have that anxious feeling and that scared feeling when something like this blows through, the good news is once this blows through, then we're done. The leading edge of this is just about now through the city limits of Bowling Green. It still has a few minutes left, but once it's passed, then things calm down after that. So it's not going to do this all night long. It's not going to be something that just keeps coming and keeps coming. It's not. So the good news is once you're past places like Brownsville, Bowling Green, and Woodburn, and Franklin, after that initial line, the very edge of that line blows through, then you're just going to have some rain, maybe some rumbles of thunder after that. But the really gusty winds and all that will start to really fall off and die down, just like it has now in Morgantown. It's still raining there, but you're not getting those gusty winds, and you're not getting the tornado threat. It goes away. So that's what I want you to take away from this. I know it's a little scary at times when all this kind of makes all that noise and you're like, what is happening? But once we get past the initial leading edge of that line, you can settle down and relax. No more severe weather after that.
Yeah, and this is all associated with that front that is moving through the area. And there you see this, and I'm actually going to focus closer towards Edmonson County right now, near towards Brownsville. You guys are actually getting in with a growing segment there. So you can actually expect some intense gusts right on top of Brownsville this hour. And near Sweden, Windyville, correctly, and it's windy there in Windyville. So this is all moving east this hour. So
there could be some hail in there.
Oh yeah, just that we're seeing. So that's your thunderstorm warning. It looks like they've added that for Edmondson, Hart, Barron, portions of Allen, Simpson, and Warren counties until 10:45 p.m. Severe thunderstorm warning going until spot. So
That's good. That's very good. We do not renew tornado warning anywhere. Now, it's still making a lot of noise. We can still hear it. We're located right downtown Bowling Green. Still hearing some thunder, still hearing the rain blowing, the winds gusty, but we're not past it just yet. We're almost there. Let's go to velocity. And
watch, so that is indicative that this line is weakening, and we're also seeing fewer lightning strikes, but as you mentioned, we kind of see some of those lightning strikes pulse up a bit more and then kind of die down a little bit. But one thing for certain is that further towards the west, say towards Owensboro, the Elkton area, Russellville even, we're starting to see just more in the way of just general showers. And so the leading edge of this line now essentially right on top of Munfordville and now approaching Barron County, eastern Warren County, and there into portions of Simpson County. It's approaching Allen County here in just the next little bit, where you guys are about to get in the leading edge of that line. That's where you'll find the greatest threat for the severe weather tonight.
okay, Micah, you have anything new?
We keep looking towards that severe thunderstorm warning. Of course, those areas behind this are looking to be a lot more calm. They're staying below 20-mile-per-hour wind gusts. But up ahead of this, I mean, we've got a lot of people asking about Barron County, asking about Hart County. It's of course no tornado warning at this point. Severe thunderstorm warning continues on until 10:45. So they're just keeping in mind that yes, still stay in a safe place. Damaging wind still a factor here, but no tornado warning at this moment.
Yeah, let's switch back to either Nashville or Hawkinsville radar. And I'm seeing, yeah, there's still a definite Boeing segment there from the Caveland area and down toward Glasgow. Glasgow, you're about to get hit with the leading edge of this intense line of thunderstorms, wind-driven rain, all of that. The southern edge of that is starting to look a little less organized. More in the way of just thunderstorm clusters. The line kind of breaks up a little bit. That's not to say it's less severe, but it is showing some ragged edges and things like that down toward Franklin and Adairville, and then of course once you get over into Tennessee. So that's good. But this is indeed the strongest part of the storm right here from Bonnieville, Munfordville, actually east of that area now, probably more into the Hardyville area, which is east of that area, and then stretching just east of Horse Cave, Cave City, Park City, now moving into Glasgow. So Glasgow, you're next as far as getting the worst of the weather. Very well wind-driven rain. I mean, it's blinding. It's, visibility gets to, in this case, with the winds blowing at 50 to 60 miles per hour or greater, and then the rain comes down, you can't see to drive. And then on top of that, you get a lot of ponding and standing water on the roadways. That's going to cause hydroplaning. It's going to cause some big problems. So same goes for down at Barron River Lake, Scottsville. You're going to be in line with the same system that came through Bowling Green. It is headed your way.
So there's that line as it's continuing to move east. And we are seeing that Boeing segment extending through portions of Park County, near Cave City, and approaching Glasgow at this time. So It's right along this area where you'll find those stronger wind gusts with this segment of storm. So that Boeing segment, as winds are gusting out ahead of it, I mean, they may gust in excess of 60 miles per hour towards the Cave City area and approaching into Glasgow at this time. So that's what we're following with that severe thunderstorm warning that goes until 10:45 Central Time. So you got about another 10 minutes or so, 11 minutes or so before this warning expires. But we'll see if this gets extended for areas like Metcalfe County and Greene County as this line still continues to progress eastward.
Let's take a look outside, just out of curiosity, to see how it looks from the cameras. AAA systems live from Reservoir Hill. We can see the city of Bowling Green again. It's still raining, and we're still hearing thunders, lightning occasionally, but nothing as rough as it was 20, 30. Some thunder, but as far as Bowling Green, your severe weather threat is done. And anywhere that's west of Bowling Green, your severe weather threat is over. You still may hear some thunder for a little bit and get some rain, maybe even hear a gust of wind or two, but as far as severe weather, you're done. You can go to bed and not worry about it. So as this line, though, continues to push east, we're going to have to remain a little more vigilant as to the gust front and to the possibility of a little brief spin up. It's a possibility still as that line continues to move east, but Bowling Green, you're looking a lot better now. Still some rumbles of thunder, flashes of lightning, still some brief moderate to heavy rain, but that will begin to subside now that we've got the main line east of us, and so you can relax a little bit more. Temperature 69 degrees. The temperature hasn't gone down that much yet. You may want to look at, yeah, there we go. Now look what's happening. This is another sign the cold front is coming through. We're 69 right now in Bowling Green at the Mesonet sensor here in town, but then you go up to Hartford in Ohio County, it's 57, and Litchfield has fallen to 56. But then you go to Munfordville, and it's almost 70. And I bet if you show the dew points, that you would also start to see a difference in the atmosphere. And look, there we go. See, here we are with all those 60-degree dew points, which help fuel all of these thunderstorms and some of the tornado warnings and things like that. But once you get past that main line, look at how the dew points start to fall off into the 50s. And some of these will start to fall even into the 40s as we get on into late night tonight, early tomorrow morning. The wind will start to die down here in the next few hours. The dew points will continue to fall. The temperatures are going to begin to fall as well, and everything will stabilize. So where we've got the rough stuff right now is still where we've got these very potent, very juicy, if you will, dew points and the available moisture. But once we get past that line, things start to relax, as you can see back to the north and west. That's why I say once that main line passes and all the noise